To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and you're listening to a podcast that believes in dreams, that places trust in the magic of imagination, that is always the first star to the right, and where the light in the window is always on. Join as we discuss the views from Walt's apartment.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Walt's Apartment Podcast. We're here to cover all things Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. We are brought to you by thedisneyinsider.com and our sponsor, Getaway Today. I'm joined by a group of like-minded Disney fans from all over the country. We've all assembled to share our love of all things Disney with you. As always, I hope you enjoy the view from Walt's Apartment. Good evening, everyone, and how are y'all doing tonight? Welcome to Walt's Apartment Podcast, Wednesday night. Back after our musical episode last week. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm good. Last week was so much fun. I'm glad that we have Sean back today.
Yes. You spoiled the surprise, but it's okay.
Oh, I mean, we can all see him.
And the podcast listeners can hear my breathing, my mouth breathing.
Amber, how are you?
Good.
Good to have you in. And yes, he's back after his sabbatical. Mr. Sean Nyberg, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
I'm good. Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back. Feels nice. Feels right.
Nice. Yep. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about some news from DisneyInsider.com. We're going to talk about a lot of parks news. We got some Boba Fett news, and I did see an article that just a little bit ago that The Mandalorian is actually delayed. Mandalorian 3 is actually delayed. I didn't even have time to put it in here, but we'll talk about that a little bit as well. So let's get into it real quick. Amber, what is Force Friday?
It's this elusive, mysterious podcast that just appears randomly.
See, we keep talking it up. And one day it's going to be like, boom, there it is. Holy crap, there's Force Friday. There it is. But what's it about? What will it be
We're going to talk Bad Batch
extensively.
So it'll probably be toward the end of the Bad Batch.
Perfect. And Sam, Marvel Tribe, what's that all about?
All things Marvel, comics, Marvel Cinematic Universe, all fandoms are welcome, whether you are a super nerd like most of us, or if you are just, getting into the MCU,
like one
because of the new Disney because of the new Disney Plus show. So right now we're going to be starting to cover Loki since that just, came out.
Yep.
We have the best time. So if you haven't listened, join us.
Now, Marvel is kind of the big thing right now. So it kind of makes sense that there is not a lot of Force Friday because I think in the fall, we're going to have a lot of Star Wars content. So I think it's all going to work out for the show purposes. I think it's going to work out perfectly. We also have the Extra Magic Hour, which will be back in 2 weeks, covering all things Disney parks. We're going to talk a lot of Disney parks news in our news tonight, and we want to talk about Sean's Disneyland trip with all of you instead of just the Extra Magic Hour listeners. So we're going to do all that tonight, and so look for that in 2 weeks. Marvel Tribe records every Sunday night and comes out Sunday night or Monday morning. Then there's this other show hosted by our friend here, Mr. Sean Nyberg, the Disney Beat.
What's going on with the Disney Beat? Yeah, what's going on with the Disney Beat? Good question. So the Disney Beat has been off since April. I asked Sean to bring it up just because I'm not done with it. It's just I've been taking care of my dad who's battling lung cancer, stage 4. He's pretty far along, and he's in a clinical trial. So I've been driving him to his appointments every Wednesday, and I'm really taking care of him. And my mom. So I'm not doing it right now, but it's still there, and I'm still going to do it. And it's going to come back. So this is the summer break for the Disney Beat.
There you go. Absolutely. We look forward to it. You do a great job with that. Sean is, and I mean, we've all talked to you outside of here, and all of our thoughts are with your dad, obviously, and hope that the trial goes well and everything is good. But, our thoughts and prayers are with him all the time. And, we're going to talk about, you were down in California, so you did have some other things that you were able to do too. So we're going to talk about that too. But I want to get into the news. Sam, Disology, I'm sorry. What's the topic for this week coming up? I'm sorry.
We're actually going to have Chris, we just released Alive as a bonus, but we're going to have Chris Alardi on for our next release from Disney Done Differently to talk about some foodie culture. So Disney foodie culture.
Okay. Speaking of Chris is amazing. He's also one of the hosts of the Marvel Tribe as well. if you guys have not seen his video from today with Avengers with Avengers Campus opening last Friday, Chris has already recreated the small big chicken sandwich. It looks
from
amazing.
Pim's Test Kitchen, yeah.
And he actually used the breading as potato chips. So
cheddar potato chips, yeah.
Cheddar potato chips. Check out Disney Done Differently with Chris Ilardi. Amazing job. Check it out. Let's get on to the news. News brought to you by our friends at the DisInsider.com. Make sure that you check out Skylar and Derek's Patreon exclusive show every single week. I think they're up to like episode 50 now. Great show. They break down all the stuff from lots of rumors, everything. They also have a new show that just came out that is actually not for the Patreons. It's called the Disney Catalog, which I think is a really good idea. This one, actually, they are going to break down every Disney movie. So far, they've done Iron Man. I'm not sure they did this week. Sean, what did they do this week?
They did the Hulk, I believe.
They did the whole, yeah. But they are going through all the Marvel movies, all the Disney movies. They have years of content that they can talk about with all the shows that are out there. So, who has the first story? I think
that's the one by Iger.
Sean, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be you, Sean.
All right, guys, I'm going to jump in. But before we go, I just also want to say, like you said, the DisInsider.com. Check it out. While I can't jump on these podcasts as often because my timing's all screwed up, I definitely am writing a ton there. And so with everything opening up at the parks and with everything changing with Disney Plus, there's a ton of, and I don't want you guys to leave this one yet, but they just posted some pictures they got as we were talking from the Little Mermaid set.
I saw the message. I hadn't had a chance to read it yet. I hadn't a chance to read it.
Someone snuck some blurry photos.
Oh, boy.
of it. So they got those up there. You can't see much, but you can see Ariel. Anyway, okay, so with that little plug, so the first story we have is about Bob Iger. Last Thursday, he cashed out about 500,000 wow, can I say that again? Disney stock, half his Disney stock. He owned 1 million and he cashed out 537,000 for an approximate average of $179 a share. And so a lot of people were thinking he sold 98.7 million dollars worth of shares. And people were like, oh my God, he knows something we don't. He's dumping his stock before he leaves because, Bob Iger was the CEO. Now he's the executive chairman. And turned out that he only he only sold half his stock. And this is actually pretty common, especially when executives are leaving a company, that before they leave, they diversify a lot of their stock because they get paid in stock. A lot of the bonuses are paid in stock. And so they sell it off so they can have some cash and they can diversify it and invest in other areas besides just the company. So yeah, it was good for him, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I know when that article was being written last week, we have a group for the DisInsider that all the people that wrote articles on there were talking. And I forgot who wrote that article. Was it Josh or Dempsey that wrote that one?
I think it's Dempsey.
Okay. He wrote the article and he was talking about
Dempsey's my new favorite.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But and Sean actually quotes Sean because Sean told him in the thing it's a lot of people do this. So everyone did some of this, and I have to say Sean's Twitter account, when stuff like that happens to where he comments on people making just stupid comments, is some of the best stuff because people are like, oh my God. And I saw one article from someone I can't say, oh, bad times coming for Disney now because Bob Iger sold half his stock. Why would you want it all? I'd take $100 million and still have another $100 million sitting there
worth of stock.
Yeah,
well, let me tell you too. When people commit, that's called the very serious crime. It's called insider trading, and when that happens, they don't typically sell half their interest in a company at $100 million and make it public. Normally, it's done a little bit more sly. So
totally makes sense. Yeah. But yeah,
I would totally, if I was writing these articles, I would totally just quote everything that Sean says too, because half the time I have no idea what he's talking about because he's so damn smart.
Yeah,
I just make up words. But no, good for him. He did a lot for the company.
I will say this before we go on to the next article. I think Amber, you're doing the next article, but I will say this: that Sean wrote an article about a week or 2 weeks ago where he actually compared everything at Disneyland to everything at Walt Disney World, and the detail in this. I mean, you broke down each land, you broke down each attraction, and kudos to you, man. That if you guys have not checked out that stuff, please check out his stuff on DisInsider.com. I write on there when I can, but we have a really cool parks team, and it's fun. And but check out that article. He's done a couple one. What was the one article you wrote? That 11,000 words. What was that? Well, that was ranking
that one. I ranked all 50 Disneyland rides, and then I compared the two parks, and they both are about 21 pages, single spaced, like on Word.
Yeah.
It was a little crazy.
It's a little intense.
Yeah, I had a lot of time. I'm just driving my dad to appointments and sitting in the car waiting. So I'm just.
Yeah, but you were doing other things too, which we're going to discuss here in a little bit. Yeah. Barry says that he was first. We've been on for 15
You're a little
minutes,
late, bud.
but Barry's first. Okay, welcome, Barry. Bill says that he wishes he had 1/100th of that stock. Who doesn't? So
same.
Facebook user, I would have waited to rebound back to 200 a share.
Facebook user, if you are joining us from the Behind the Lamp group, you can go up and allow StreamYard permission to use your picture and name so we can figure out who you are. So if you just click the link up at the top, it'll let you use your name and picture.
Yes, thank you
he
so
still
much.
has over 500,000 shares, so
I think he'll be fine.
He's okay.
He's going to be okay. Amber,
Yeah.
Talk about Boba Fett.
Yeah, some little Star Wars news starting to come out here and there. It's fun and exciting. So the Book of Boba, which was announced at the end of the last season of The Mandalorian. It was just announced by Ming-Na Wen, who is playing Fennec Shan, who you can also see in The Bad Batch in an animated version, which is super fun to see that kind of crossover happening. Anyways, the Book of Boba has wrapped up shooting, it appears, based on her Twitter announcement. And it's still, as far as we know, slated to release in December on Disney+. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
My co-host at Disology, Rachel, right before we started, she sent me a meme, and it was a copy of the tweet that Ming-Na Wen had posted saying they had just finished filming. And somebody responded and said, haha, you idiots, you can't film a book, you can read it. It was just silly. But I still can't get over Ming-Na Wen not being in Marvel, so sorry. She's supposed to be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Facebook user wants to know, how the F does this work?
You click the link at the top. There's a link at the top that says StreamYard something, and you click it and then allow permission for it to use your picture.
Yep. So, Amber, I was telling you right before we started, Dempsey also did an article that The Mandalorian season 3.
Of course he did.
Of course he did, because he's the best news writer ever on the Disney Insider. But now you threw me off.
Sorry.
Yeah, Mandalorian season 3.
Yes, has been delayed, but they're saying that the Boba Fett show will actually bridge that gap to take you from the one into the other. They're calling it Mandalorian 2.5. That's what it says in the article that Dempsey wrote. So, yeah. Chris, I will not have as many feeds up next week, I promise. I apologize for that. I try to get out there as much as I can, so it seems like people are clicking on the wrong ones. So we'll figure that out.
Well, it's because the group has one, and then the podcast page has one. So the group and the podcast page can't see each other's comments.
Right. And there's two.
It's
and there's
because
two.
the group's private. So when you stream to the group,
Yeah.
stuff, it gets all wonky with Facebook. So
There's two Walt's apartment Facebook pages, and I should probably stop sending to the one. So we'll get rid of that, and that kind of confuses people. But it's all good.
Mary just put the link for the one where everybody's hanging out tonight.
All
So
right,
thanks,
perfect.
Mary.
Thank you, Mary. Appreciate it. Oh, it's George. George is the one that.
George,
Hi,
come
George.
here. Come here.
George, come hither.
Yes, George. So, next article. Who in this group here has seen Cruella?
Oh gosh, I want to see it so bad.
I haven't yet.
Amazing. The
I-
best ones I've seen all year.
I will agree with you, Sean. It's
Just
so
the
good.
extra stuff I've seen online now from it, the costuming, I'm just like drooling.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
The music is so good. Everything about it, I think, is so good. I've also seen criticism that the music is not that good, but and it doesn't fit in. So
You can't please everybody.
absolutely, and we're going to talk about Avengers Campus and about pleasing people here in a second. But yeah, so Sean, you've seen it.
Amazing. And let me just tell you this too. First of all, the music is not, it's not a musical. So if people aren't familiar, it's just the soundtrack from the era. Well, the era, but it's like the biggest
70s?
hits of the 1970s. Yeah. Like rock music. And it's just great. So I watched it when I was down in Palm Desert with my family, and my husband, my fiance was, nothing yet. So my fiance was there. And
wait, what's going on? You've been gone for a while.
my dad watched it with us, right? And he told us, he goes, I totally expected to watch it for like 10 minutes. I've been like, all right, guys, enjoy your movie. I'm gonna go to bed. Read it. He watched, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's a long movie. He watched the entire thing. And his granddaughter, my niece, called just to say goodnight. And so he had stopped, and he came back and was like, will you rewind it? I want to see what I missed. And it was like, oh my God. And the next day, my dad's talking to, like, my dad, he's a 69-year-old straight man, right? And he's all like, oh, and then when Cruella did this and the Baroness did this, and I was like, geez, Dad, like, calm down, Queen. Like, geez. It's like, my point is, it's fabulous. And I just think Sean can agree. Like, if you're, no matter what, like, it's not just this little niche movie. I think it's fast, it's fun, it's entertaining, the music's great, the costumes are great. Anyway, I loved it.
Yeah, I went into it not expecting a lot because, I mean, everyone from what I read, it's blah, blah, blah. And I honestly, you said it didn't seem like 2 hours. It flowed really well. It had a really good story.
Did you see the post-credit scene?
I did, yes.
Okay, good. Okay,
yes,
there's just, there is one.
Oh, good, because I'm going to watch it this week. So now I know. Now I know. Thanks.
Well, the article from the Disney Insider, real quick. Obviously, now that it did so well, they're already talking about doing a second one, which I don't know where it would go because
I was going to say, does the story lend itself to a second one?
I don't want to give anything away because you haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to say yet, but maybe I don't know.
It's a prequel, so clearly there's the
101 Dalmatians would be the next.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna.
I watched it with my wife, and that's what she said is that that it would be the next part 2 would be 101 Dalmatians, which if they did a live 101
Dalmatians, that could
Dalmatians,
be cool if they did it from her perspective.
That's
right?
true.
Where
That's
you
true.
flip it and it's the villain's perspective versus the other one that we've typically seen.
I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. Emma Stone did a great job.
Just kind of what they did with Mistress of Evil. So
yeah, it was really, really good. Anyone in the comments here? Danny says that he really enjoyed Cruella. So fun. And then
Mary says some people are complaining about the timeline, but overall it gets good reviews.
Yeah.
Is the timeline weird?
No, I don't. Yeah, without you seeing it, I don't want to say anything because I know some people haven't seen it yet. So I spent the $30 because I was bored on a Sunday night. So, but I enjoyed it. I will watch a part 2. I did not think I was going to enjoy it. I did not think I was going to enjoy Loki. I didn't think I was going to enjoy Falcon the Winter Soldier. So I had no idea what WandaVision was. So I mean,
I'm so glad we're here for you later in life to watch. You just open up your mind.
Yeah, but it was really good, and I enjoyed it. Part 2 is coming soon.
Yeah, I was going to say too, it's hard for them to determine if it was a success because it was released in theaters and on streaming and for premiere access, and they don't release those numbers, so no one really knows. But I think I wrote in some article last week, the fact that they gave it a thumbs up for the sequel, that's all you need to know. Disney's not throwing money away, so clearly they were happy with the numbers.
Hello, Katie. Yes, I saw it. George is the Facebook user.
George, look
welcome,
at your
buddy.
George now.
Look at that. I want to talk about George for a second because this last week, because obviously a lot of our shows cross over with each other, and we have Bill and Barry who have the Airbnb podcast, and they did a fundraiser for Give Kids the World. Give Kids the World in Florida, and they did a fundraiser auction, and George actually donated two shares of Disney stock, valued at like $350 at the time that he donated them, and it went, and they kept saying, okay, last minute. George at the very last minute donated $500 to the thing. So kudos to you, George. That was absolutely amazing. I messaged you. I thought that was very cool of you, and very cool because those kids, I was in there for a little bit, but I'm like, okay, I can't go that high. I mean, I can spend some money, but I'm not spending that much. And I just saw it kept going. It went from like 260 to 300 to 350. Then it went from like, I think it was at 400. Then George, boom, $500. Did just like that. And it was right at 5:00 on Monday. He did a great job. So kudos to you, George. Amazing. Thank you for doing that. And I'm sure the kids will appreciate all that. I know they reached I think Rudy said that they reached their goal. So very, very cool.
Can Rudy do math?
Okay, I don't know a lot about Rudy.
Just
Seems
kidding.
like an okay guy to me. I know that Bill and Barry, but he seems okay. I bought something
It's
to where
just,
I'm supposed to have dinner with him. Is what I bought. So I don't know how that's going to work because I'm in Oregon, they're in Florida, but
I
we'll
told
figure
you,
it out.
video chat.
Yeah,
Video
that'll
chat.
work. It's for a good cause. So I was happy to do it.
Oh, that's awesome, George. I didn't even see the Joe Rohde map.
Thank you. Thank you all for generosity, George and Sean and everyone. And Rudy's a douche. Okay, fair enough. Good to know. Okay, so next article written by our own Mr. Sean Nyberg here. Go ahead. You can talk about this. I think this, if you want to go ahead and touch on it, about the rise of the resistance. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, and I was just looking to it hit a new record as of yesterday, so I needed to do a new article. So the rise of the resistance, rise of the resistance. So it's in Disneyland in Anaheim, and it's out in Disney's Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World, and you board it through boarding groups, right? Yeah, you get up if you want them at 7 a.m. and you get the first round, and then at noon in Disneyland at 1 o'clock in Walt Disney World, that's when you get your second round to get them. Yeah, that's all background because the reason I'm sharing that is because you can look at the boarding groups for the day to see how well the ride is running in terms of how smooth and how few breakdowns they're having, because that's always been kind of the issue with this ride is it's so complex that they're having some issues in terms of really running it without any problems. And so the last week now we've seen 3 record high boarding groups that it hit in Disneyland. It hit boarding group, I believe it's 240. I don't have the article pulled up, but I can tell you today it hit 250. I'm looking at it right now. Jeez. 251. Wow. Boarding group 251. Yeah, yesterday it hit 243, and then on Monday it hit 242.
Now, is that kind of skewed because are the groups smaller because of COVID, or is it?
No, the only thing I could say that could maybe be giving Disneyland a little bit of an edge is that they cut out one of the pre-show elements.
Okay.
Because they have to keep anything indoors under 20 minutes,
right?
And so they cut out the hologram moment. But at the same time, I mean, not to make it a big competition between two, Walt Disney World's doing great too. Like their numbers are some of the highest numbers they've had as well. So what the big story, the overall thing you should take away is that it looks like Rise of the Resistance is hitting its stride in terms of like starting to get some decent capacity, because it was running at about probably 30%. This is before COVID. It was only getting about 30% of what it could potentially do because they were struggling getting it to run all the way through. And then when it breaks down, it takes an hour to clear the whole ride out. And so it looks like they're starting to get in a good groove. And that's great.
Work the bugs out.
Yeah,
work the bugs out and get the cast members too. And nothing against them, but they have to learn their ride as well, right? So when things break down, there's 500 million lines of code, I think. And anyway, long story short, it's doing great, and that's really good for people who want to get boarding groups because they can give a lot more out and get a lot more people through.
Yeah, I will say this: I was last week. I booked a trip to Disneyland. I'm going like on July 9th and 10th. I'll be there, and I was so excited when I was booking everything that I got the park hopper because I knew I'd go back and forth. And you can pick, hey, you can pick if you want to open it, go Disneyland or DCA. I did Disneyland both days, and I'm thinking back because I wanted the Rise the Resistance boarding group so bad. Completely forgot about Avengers Campus. I'm like, damn, I wonder if I can change that now because
yes,
you can change it.
Yeah, you can now. I mean, if you would ask me a couple days ago, I would have said no. But this morning, I believe it was, Disney just dumped a ton of new reservations for both parks. And so the park map as of June 10th, which is tomorrow, is wide open.
Okay.
Both parks. So you'll be
I
able to switch.
I was going to check tonight when we're done because I really think I want to try to do Avengers Campus. We are going back again in October and in March, but and I need to talk to you about how you get a boarding pass every single time. So
5 for 5.
5 for 5. So yeah, because to get into Avengers Campus right now, you have to have a boarding group. Basically, you're going to be waiting 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
just to clarify, so over in the DCA Web Slinger, the new attraction, you have to do a boarding group just like you do with Rise of the Resistance, and you can't have Rise and Web Slinger at the same time. So there's some choices to be made because of that. So
okay.
I think it would be a good idea for you to switch one of the days.
I should probably do it. I think I'll probably switch to DCA on Friday because that'll probably be a little bit busier. And then I don't know. I'm there on a Friday and a Saturday, so we'll see. But actually, it's very exciting because a lot of us from Walt's Apartment are actually going to be there in Disneyland in the month of July. David is actually going the 4th of July to the 8th. I get there the 9th, and then Brianna goes in the middle of the month. and you just have to get Amber and Sam out there, and you're going to be there too, Sean, right? You're going to be there in June.
I'll be there June 18th, and then I'll looking to get in August with my nephew.
Yeah, right on. But yeah, we're all going there. I can't wait to
I
go
need
back.
a sponsor. Sponsor this child.
Come, I'll get you. We'll go together. But I don't want to get your hopes up, Sean. Anyone listening, but it's getting so much easier to get the Rise of Resistance board groups. You still get 3-4 seconds to do it, but I think having web slingers, especially in Disneyland, has taken a lot of the stress off. And after June 15th, they're going to start loading every row too, which means they'll be able to get more people in.
So I was only concerned because I know that because I already have the tickets for my family that's going in October, and I know that I guess it will actually just pick up the tickets that are live the day that you're trying to get it. It will not actually go. Hey, well, that's an Amber is a picture of me. That's cool. Wow, how'd that happen? But okay, but yeah,
she might be logged in as
Oh, she is. Yeah. So that makes sense. But yeah, so so it does pick up your live ticket, right, for that day.
What does that mean? Oh, like you don't like to link it? You mean?
Well, I mean, I was watching the Cali Bay right before I came up here, and he has all these other tickets for other days that aren't. But on the day of that your ticket's live, I guess we'll only grab that group, and so you're not trying to have to hit all people in your group. So
no, and even if don't even look at the group, just say done, and for some reason, if it didn't select someone in your group, that's something they can adjust at Main Street.
Perfect.
But not if you waste time adding people, you'll be too late.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
We'll talk about it.
All right. So
Sean, Nicole wants to know when you're going in October.
I will be there October 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday that I'll be there. So
Mary wants to know if we're going to talk about Boo Bash ticket debacle.
We can, but we're done with the news, right?
How dare you? No.
Oh wait, hold on.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, we're not?
No.
I mean the important news.
I don't see another article. You sure?
Let me check again. Yeah, we got that Avengers Campus. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Rise of the Resistance breaking.
I was about to say we're gonna make her cry.
We can't make her cry. So here's the deal. Sam, if you listen to the Marvel Tribe, is all about bringing back Namor, who, me being the rookie, not knowing crap about anything Marvel, have no idea who Namor is. I know there's a Easter egg in Iron Man 2, I believe it is, with Namor and blah, blah, blah. So, Sam, I sent you this article yesterday from your new favorite writer for the Disney Insider, even though there's
Dempsey is my favorite now.
Even though there's two of us here.
Yeah, but you guys didn't write the article about my favorite character. So sorry.
Tell us what's going on.
Next time, get the article. So we heard in November that Tenacorda from Narcos, I think. I don't really know who the actor is. Anyways, I think David said he's from Narcos. Was casted to be in Wakanda Forever. And we didn't know in what capacity, but now it is very strongly rumored that he will be playing Namor the Submariner. Super excited for that. I have been saying since I joined this show, I think it was one of the first articles I ever got to talk about on Walt's Apartment, that Namor could possibly be introduced into the MCU now that there wasn't a basically custody battle over him in film, and he may somehow bring Killmonger back from sea, or he may want to take over Wakanda for the Atlanteans. Don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but Namor looks like he's coming to the MCU, and that makes my heart happy with all of my Namor stuff sitting over here. Like,
congratulations! I'm happy for you. I know you were having a stressful week with school ending and stuff, and that kind of finished out. That kind of made your day get a little bit better, hopefully. And
you did. You sent me that article, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried.
Thank you, Dempsey, for making Sam's day.
Thanks, Dempsey.
Nicole, yeah, let me know where you're at. If you want to say, hey, we can say, hey, maybe take a picture. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, Barry points out
pink. This is pink.
Are you sure about that?
It's pink. It's just, I have an excellent ring light. It's pink.
It still looks like Spider-Man colors. I kind of agree with what he's saying, but
he needs to knock it off.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Well, Nicole agreed too. So,
Nicole, how dare you?
Bill says meh.
Bill, everybody hating on Namor. It's because Namor wants to destroy the human race, but
well, here's the thing.
We'll see if he lives up to your hype. You know,
he better.
No pressure.
Right. And it's kind of cool to see a lot of news places actually report that yesterday, and it was from ones that were actually, pretty good, reputable places. I know the Disney Insider, they actually checked their facts and tried to make sure before but they did mark it as a rumor too. I do hope for your sake that it is not a rumor and that we do get him.
I know it's not.
Okay. All right. Sam's calling it right now. It is 6/9/2021 at 7:00. Sam
fangirls over a Murder of a Country and Culture hate Namor forever. Damn. No, I'm just excited. I mean, he's an anti-hero. He's not a good guy, but you know what? That's what humans get for polluting his home with atomic warfare.
Nicole says that Mondo will be there too. We need to meet up. Definitely. That needs to happen. We will definitely make that happen for sure. Yeah. I'm excited for Namor. Could you guys explain Namor as Deadpool? And Deadpool is one of my favorite characters. Kind of the same kind of. They're
both anti-heroes. They're both anti-heroes. Namor has a bigger vengeance, and he is filled with more hate and less humor. But that's okay.
Okay, so that wraps up our news from the what?
Nothing.
From the Disney Insider. I mean, we could talk about it. No. But we need something to talk about in the Marvel tribe, so we need to. We'll talk about it for sure. Do you have more to say, Sam, about Namor?
No, Bill said Namor.
Oh,
they love to pick on me for.
Well, like I said, I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you. Maybe if they could put Wanda in more stuff, it'd be cool. But
well, Wanda's connected to Namor.
I'm even more in now. Team Namor.
Kind of. So when Wanda's no more mutants, and they're bam, all the half the world is gone. Then Namor is technically the first mutant.
Wanda was no more mutants. I mean it. And then it's anybody want a peanut? Remember that? Princess Bride? No? Andre Giant? All right, thanks. Remember that? No more rhymes. I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?
So I said, the news is done this week. From the DisneyInsider.com. But probably some of the biggest news that happened. Make sure you check out DisneyInsider.com. Skylar and Derek, check out their page, their Patreon podcast for sure. But now let's talk about something really, really, really cool. Let's talk about Avengers Campus. Opened last Friday. It was I don't know. I've seen two lands open in the past couple years. I've seen Galaxy's Edge, which I've never been to. I was supposed to go last year. And then Avengers Campus. Yeah, I know, right?
You act like there was a pandemic or something.
I know, geez. But it's Avengers Campus opened to mixed reviews, I would say.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. I loved everything I saw about it. I watched the opening ceremony they did on, I believe it was Wednesday night or Thursday night, and it was absolutely amazing. And I watch other podcasts and other shows, and people say that it didn't hit the mark, and that it fell flat for just for the opening thing. I thought the opening ceremony was amazing. Announcing that you'd have Sam's Captain America in there as Captain America was mine. I'm glad they did that.
Steve Rogers he's not there anymore,
Yeah, but he's been there. If you look at if you're watching it, the
I was just joking about Falcon flying him to flying him to the moon.
Right, but just the negativity I've seen from so many people blows my mind. I think it's, and I will say this, I don't mean to sound like a jerk. The people that are saying that it didn't hit the mark and it's not doing it for them are jealous because they don't get it in Florida. That's my opinion. And if that's a bad take, I'm not saying.
No. Hold on. Before I know I see Sam's already.
I'm not saying you, Sam. Sam hasn't said anything negative about it.
I would say that's the case for people in Florida, but also not just people who just can't go there. Period.
Yeah.
I feel there's a lot of judgment coming from people who haven't been there And that happens at both parks all the time. But yeah, I do agree with you, Sean. I feel like there's a lot of opinions from people who've never seen it.
Yeah.
And
or might never see it, but they have their damn opinions that it.
Well, they shouldn't. They should be quiet. Danny says saw a lot of people just mad they couldn't get into the land. Yeah, but I mean that's we expect that with Disneyland openings. We know that's going to happen.
But it didn't happen with Galaxy's Edge, and then everyone went nuts online saying, "Oh, it's a failure because they didn't need the special system to get in, and they didn't need this because no one came." And then now they're like, "Oh my God, they didn't do the special time check-in, and look at the lines. Now it's terrible because there's lines." And it's like, "Oh my God, wait, let me just guess. You run a website where your rent is paid from clicks, and saying you like something doesn't get clicks." Oh, I wonder what's going on here. And
Galaxy's Edge didn't open during a pandemic.
That's true.
No, but I'm saying it's the same. But they were complaining that back then that they had all these special rules to get in, and that's why no one really went. And now they're saying there's no rules, and now there's a line, and they should have done. So what I'm saying is no one's really consistent, right? They're just no matter what they do, they're going to say it's dumb. Because being a contrarian gets clicks, and when that's what your income is based on, especially when I think annual passes are going to be coming to an end soon on both parks and are becoming very, very expensive. Some of these people who go there every day aren't going to be able to go there as much because they can't afford it, so they need to really drive up their numbers. So they have all these wild and crazy theories about how all this stuff is horrible and Disney's not this anyway.
Damn, I've missed you.
Well, I mean, but that's another thing too, is with Galaxy's Edge, they did pass holder previews and all of that. They didn't have that for Avengers Campus. So there were more people wanting to get in, and people just need to take a deep breath.
There's no pass holders.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's no previews. Nobody got to do previews. So there's more people wanting to get in at the same time who didn't get that preview, and everybody just needs to take a deep breath and sit down.
Did Walt Disney World have the groups, the 4-hour blocks like Anaheim did? I don't. They did. So you had that 4-hour time slot that you could. And I was talking to. I think we were talking in our group chat yesterday. I like the Spider-Man.
When it was called Toy Story Mania, Bill says he liked the Spider-Man ride the first time he rode it when it was called Toy Story Mania.
It's a little different. Use your hand. But. We were talking in our group chat yesterday about this a little bit, and you can't really do the 4-hour groups because of the pandemic, because we're going to keep all these people. So it makes sense. People should not complain unless they've actually seen it. That's just my opinion, but it looks so cool.
It's 6 acres. Galaxy's Edge is 18 acres, right?
Right.
It took a tiny little sliver that the Bugs Land took up. And we always knew it was going to be a C ticket, D, C ticket, motion simulator action, video game ride. Everyone knew that. And suddenly they act like they didn't know it, and Disney just tricked them. And they're like, oh my God, it's just like Toy Story Mania. We knew that 2 years ago. None of this, Anyways.
I think it looks cool as hell. I think it looks cool. I think it's cool you can buy the extra stuff. I mean, who was it that said something on here? I think it was Sacco from Fast Pass Facts said the fact that it's pay to win. Absolutely. And why would you not pay to win? And I would think it'd be cool to have a cool Iron Man repulsor too. I think that'd just be cool to have. So
when I was there, I bought one. I mean, it wasn't open yet, but I got the 3 web thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mary says people always complain about Disney. The same thing with Boo Bash. All I heard that there was no one wanted to pay for it, but the phone lines have been busy for hours, so people obviously paid. It's absolutely.
I'm not going to lie. It's expensive, but I would pay. I always pay for.
How much is it?
The parties. I think it was
it's like $149 and $169 on the
$169, yeah.
And $199 on Halloween night.
For a private event at Disneyland? Okay, I'm in. Here's my card. I mean, that's
exactly. I was like, I mean, we all pay the extra money for the Halloween parties and
that's
in the Christmas parties.
The same as the Star Wars After Dark stuff for
right.
That they hold on Celebration Week or whatever. It's the same.
Yeah,
but if you want to wear your cosplay and get a picture with Chewbacca rocking your outfit so it looks amazing, next to the Falcon,
and cut the lines,
you're gonna pay that.
Yeah,
you're gonna pay it all day long. It's not even. I think the Oogie Boogie Bash was $130 last year. I think No.
Yeah, it was a little bit more, but I think you're getting more with that. I think I don't think there's a lot added in the Boo Bash, but I think people really have a problem with it, then they shouldn't buy it. And then next year Disney won't have it be as expensive. But people want to complain about it, then they purchase it and they don't realize that it's just going to be more expensive because they're going to continue to buy it. You know.
Chris says the Universal Spider-Man ride is 20 years old and is a better attraction, but the real show in Avengers Campus, I believe is what he's talking about, is the Spidey show and the food. Let's talk about Spidey.
Oh, well, first of all, about the ride, they're different rides. That's a dark ride.
Yeah.
This is an interactive game ride. But I'm just saying, like, what he's saying is what everyone else is saying. And you also have to understand there's a lot of critiques coming from Universal fanboys because they're like, oh, we have Spider-Man at our park on the East Coast. No one's really comparing. So how dare Disney? Whatever. I'm sorry.
Well, but they don't have a Spider-Man that flips through the air and flies.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I do agree with Nicole's comment here before we talk a little bit more about the food and stuff. So I do wish it was still Disneyland, not DCA. I agree. I think it being at Disneyland, I think was cooler just because of the atmosphere with the Haunted Mansion there. And you have the cadaver dance singing on the river and stuff. Very cool. But yeah, the Spider-Man animatronic. I saw a TikTok. We talked about this on the Marvel Tribe that someone said, "Oh my God, that's a real person. Can you believe that's a real person?" I'm like, are you just doing this? Are you just doing this to get to? I mean, if you've watched the Imagineering story or have watched anything for the past 2 years, you know that's an animatronic being thrown 85 to 100 feet in the air, which is the coolest damn thing. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you have by now, but it's so cool. Yeah. Thoughts on that stuff?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Imagineers are amazing.
Well, and they have so much live entertainment there, which is what everyone, of course, again, not to compare, but they're like, oh, Galaxy's Edge has no character interaction, even though there's a lot of characters out. And there's so many characters at Avengers Campus. I'm like, where's the praise for that? Like, from the people who are complaining.
Yep.
But there's a lot. I mean, God, every single, Ant-Man, Wasp, Black Panther, who are the Dora, I don't want to say
Dora Milaje.
Yeah. There was just a lot of amazing.
Yeah. Amber, you were going to say something? No? Okay. And then the food, obviously, you can't even go.
I mean, Chris brought up how, they're charging, what is it, $90 for that sandwich, but it's like, it's supposed to feed what? Yeah, 8 people.
8 people, yeah.
You can buy one slice of that sandwich for $15. I think I would buy the one for $100 and feed some friends.
Your whole family, yeah.
And you think about it, it's actually cheaper. I think Cheesy Pop did a video where it's like $12 a person if you think about it. If you buy,
which is an adequate meal.
Yeah, and it
quick
looks really
service
good.
meal at Disney.
But it all looks so good. I mean, and the theming with the huge 450 gram, I'm losing the pretzel and the drinks. And are you going to hit Avengers Campus when you're there, Sean?
That's the point, that we're going to go out there and try to cover it.
Okay,
with Scott and myself. Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I'm hoping I'm going to go when we're done here and change my thing and try to get in there one day for sure. Yeah. Any guys have any other thoughts on anything that you've seen there?
Mary says the sandwich sold out too. People were complaining about the money, but that sandwich sold out.
That is one of the complaints I've heard that's the biggest complaint I've read is it takes long to get in, and also the fact that the mobile ordering has actually gone by like 9:30 in the morning, so you can't order food throughout the rest of the day. But I just watched a video with Max, and he said that they've actually changed that now. Breakfast is until a certain time. You have then everything else is throughout the day, so you're going to have more options. And then there's like a 2 or 3 hour standby line to get into the Pym Test kitchen as well. The drinks look good. It all looks amazing.
And if you don't like crowds, you don't like lines, don't go to a brand new land in the opening week or even the opening month. Just wait a few months.
So Sean, before we move on, you've been on Mission Breakout, right?
Yeah.
Have you, Amber? The Tower of Terror one.
Did that exist when I went? I don't think so.
Probably not.
It was Tower.
That's right.
No, I don't think it was there yet.
Yeah,
did they have DCA when you went? It was in '89, wasn't it? Amber?
Oh God, Amber!
No. The last time I went, my daughter was like 6.
Oh, okay.
So
I was gonna say I didn't even exist in '89.
16 years ago.
16. Okay.
So
it was there.
Yes, DCA was just finished, I think, right?
Yeah,
that's
pretty
new.
new.
Right. I don't even think Tower was there yet at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But Sean, what do you think about them actually incorporating that into the land text? You can only get through the land access. They actually closed it off on the other side, and you can't get to Mission Breakout.
They'll open it up eventually. Yeah. They just need to, it's just a little bit of an operations nightmare right now because it's a new land during the pandemic.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw a video today. It's like a 30-minute wait right now.
Oh, what do you mean to get on?
To get on Mission Breakout, which is never like that. So it's only 30 minutes because no one's there for that. I'm like, hell, I'll go do that. That's one of my top 3 favorites. So people need to stop complaining about all the complaining. That's true.
Well, you know what, Barry? We're complaining about people complaining tonight. You can just you complain about me all the time, Barry.
What is next? Next, let's talk about Getaway Today real quick.
Sorry, Hank.
Getaway Today, awesome.
Getaway Today, yeah.
Yeah, David used Getaway Today to book his trip. He said they were very, very helpful. He actually got
him some.
He got him some.
He
got him some. So check out Getaway Today in our link, and if you want to help with booking a vacation to Disneyland now, or Universal, or Walt Disney World, they're here. They're ramping back up with everything opening back up. It's actually great. So let's talk about. I want to touch on it really quick because who here has seen Loki?
Me. I just finished it before we started.
I know. On my right after work, I'm like, I gotta hurry up and go watch it before they talk about it on the show.
I'm excited about it. I think it's great. It is Wednesday still. I don't want to give anything away. We could be asked and say, hey, let's talk about break it down, but that's why we have the Marvel Tribe.
No, so there's some of his little quips. I just love.
Oh my gosh.
His little.
I think Owen Wilson did such a good job.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all the little nods to other shows, not even Marvel related shows, were so fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tune in this Sunday night for the Marvel Tribe, where we're I know David and Chris are already coloring Easter eggs for this thing. They're so excited about it. There's so many out there. Sam, you just said you saw it, so I know they've talked about Easter eggs.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about it. 6 weeks of fun coming back from the Marvel Tribe for that. So check out Loki, the quote.
To quote Owen Wilson. Wow.
Owen Wilson was so good. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it on my phone this morning. I have my car worked on, and I'm gonna actually need to watch it on a TV and actually watch it bigger. So because you talk about Easter eggs, I don't know a lot about that stuff yet. So hopefully I will see some. It made a lot more sense now that I watched all the Marvel movies. Watching that, it made way more sense.
I need to watch it again tonight because I watched it with Haley and she talked the entire time. So I was like, oh, she liked it. Yeah. I mean, she was confused, but she had a lot of questions. So I was like,
it's. And then Nicole says, I love chatting about all these series with you guys. Well, we love it too.
No, I thought it was really good too. The first episode's a hardened series though, because they have so many things that do. Even though there's already
slow burn.
Yes, it is. But I didn't think it was slow. I mean, I heard some. It's slow but good. And I'm like, it was. I think it moved. It's they got good quips. I think that keeps you moving.
Yeah. Amber, thoughts?
I mean, I can't really share any thoughts.
Yeah, I know.
Spoiling anything.
I know.
But did you like it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if either one of you want to come and join us on Sunday night, just let me know. We can all be on there. I don't care. So we can all talk about it if you want to be on the Marvel Tribe.
Yes.
Yeah. It was great. I look forward to talking about it more. I look forward to watching it again probably a couple more times. So when these Marvel nerds are all talking about it, I actually know what they're talking about. So I'm excited for it. So Amber, you want to talk about Bad Batch a little bit? Then we'll get into our Loki trivia game.
Oh God.
Yeah. So gosh, I haven't been on to talk about the Bad Batch for a little while, but most disturbing part of this last episode was Wrecker getting knocked in the head, and he starts to do the whole good soldiers follow order thing, which means that Order 66 chip, their inhibitor chip, is kicking up. So I love Wrecker. I don't want him to go like crazy. So and then we saw Rafa and her sister, which are friends of Ahsoka's from the last season of the Clone Wars. So we saw their characters. They were going after the same prize bounty as the Bad Batch. And kind of made me think just the way that Omega and them bonded. And because Ahsoka and them were so close, I thought that maybe we would see them in live action Ahsoka, and then as soon as Omega started bonding with them, I had this like moment where I texted Jade and I'm like, could we see Omega in live action Ahsoka? Could be kind of fun. I don't know where they're going with that character. It's still kind of mysterious. But
I think that'd be awesome.
yeah.
I wish I knew what you were talking about.
It would be a smart play. I think it'd be a smart play. Danny says, fun fact, Rhea Pearl from the Bad Batch makes 3 former Cheers actors in the Star Wars universe, John Ratzenberger and Woody Harrelson.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Dude, I loved her. As soon as she started talking, I was like, oh my God, that's such perfect casting. Such perfect voice work for her. That character. Yeah.
So perfect. So I appreciate that. So maybe in the next few weeks or so, we could do something and get a little bit of Force Friday-ish, something
Force
going
Friday.
on. Break it down a little bit. It's like 16 episodes of that, isn't there?
Yeah, it's going to be going for a while. So we'll probably do like the mid-season
Okay.
cut
Okay,
off
that's
and
perfect.
recap, the first half of the season kind of deal and speculate.
Mary says it's like a different language, Sean. Yes, I agree. And I'm not gonna lie, I love Star Wars. I love like the 9 movies. I really love them. Everything else you guys talk about, I don't get it. I don't know, but I love the Mandalorian. So it's I'll get there. I'm just let me get Marvel going with Marvel. Maybe I can be a host on your show sometime too in the future. But
There you go.
yeah, there you go. Let's do some Loki trivia. Sean, do you have any questions about Bad Batch? Do you watch that?
No. I mean, I do. No questions. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Sam?
No.
Okay, perfect. Let's get on to our game, which that's a wrong click. Which is Loki trivia. I just put together 7
Ooh.
questions. I thought we'd have a
Wait,
little fun
like-
here.
Are we talking like Loki mythology or Loki comics, Loki MCU?
That's mostly MCU. It seems
Okay.
like. Let me tell you, I took the quiz before I found the quiz, and I took the quiz, and I got like 6 right. So I mean, and I'm still a new guy, but
Well, out of how many?
10.
Okay.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I got a D. So
That's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
He got the D.
He's got the big D, yeah.
You got the big D.
Okay. Yeah.
Loki does.
Big
Loki.
Loki does. Okay, good. Glad we could clarify. Let me go back to here. I'm gonna go with Sean for this first question. You ready?
Oh, God, yeah. Go ahead.
There's a multiple choice too. So,
Oh, good.
Sean, what is Loki the god of?
Oh, mischief.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
Deception?
mischief.
Yeah, mischief.
Okay, that was easy. Thanks, listeners, for joining in. Okay, so,
There's
Amber,
about a 15-second delay. We got to talk up that space a little bit so people
Amber, are
can
you
comment.
ready?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
I am.
good.
Where is Loki the rightful heir to?
Mm.
Okay, and here's the choices.
Can I choose what Owen Wilson called it?
No,
No.
because we can't give it away any.
I know, but his is so good.
Jotunheim, Asgard, Midgard, or Vanaheim, which I really thought said Anaheim when I was making this quiz. But any question?
Yeah. So
Bill says first.
his character, Loki's talking about that he wants to rule, this particular place, and then it is expanding on his, glorious kingdom. And Owen Wilson's character, how do you say his name again, Sam?
Isn't it Mobius, or something like that? Or,
Mobius?
Mobius.
Mobius. He says
is it the same name twice?
I don't know.
All
So
right.
he says, you want to be the king of space?
Well, actually, what Loki says he's going to be the heir of is not actually what he's the rightful heir of.
Yeah,
So they
true.
Midgard. He is not the rightful heir to Midgard.
Oh, so not according to Loki. This is according to actual factual things.
Yeah.
Oh.
So your choices are Jotunheim, Asgard. It's not Midgard.
Jotunheim?
Jotunheim.
Yep. That's it.
That would be correct, yes.
That's the one. Yep. Not Anaheim or Vanaheim
I
or whatever.
thankfully Sam clarified because I was just going to use what Loki was spouting as his own idea of what he's the ruler of.
Yeah, you ready for your question?
I am.
Okay. Oh, that's the choices.
Oh.
How did Loki sabotage Thor's coronation? Setting fire to the palace, allowing the Chitauri into Asgard, allowing frost giants into Asgard, or attacking Thor? Give our.
Let's see what people think. I know the answer to this one.
And this was in the first Thor movie, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, what's the answer, Sam?
He let the frost giants into Asgard.
All right. Yep.
You know what I didn't realize until just now? Isn't that kind of how Elsa ruined Coronation Day in Frozen by freezing everything in ice?
Kind of. And then she made that big abominable snowman thing, the Yeti, whatever it was.
Thor's coronation was ruined with ice giants.
Anna actually ruined the coronation by the whole wedding thing. I mean, the whole quick.
No.
Yeah, she pissed her off, so then she got mad, and then.
Oh, okay. People
Yeah.
are in charge of their own responses.
I don't know.
You can't take accountability for someone else's actions. You are in charge of how you respond to situations.
No one talks about the guy who was shipping the boat that her parents died in, so it's really his fault. I mean, right? If we're going to go that far back,
I mean,
let's just keep doing it.
that's really.
I mean,
true.
technically, it's Elsa's fault for being born with ice powers. So
Oh damn! Wow.
Technically, it was our parents' fault for. Oh wait, no, never mind.
it
Yeah,
was.
let's not,
They should not have procreated a nice wizard child.
let's
Whatever
not
she
talk
is.
bad about Elsa during Gay Pride Week month. I mean, guys, she's my people.
Yes,
All right.
Okay, so Sean,
let it
ready?
go.
There we go. Sean, what did Thanos give Loki in a deal for the Tesseract?
Oh, was it? Oh.
Your choices are
Oh,
place
no,
in his
I got
army.
it, guys.
A choice in a place in his army, help conquering Earth, help conquering Asgard, or freedom.
Freedom. No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay. You watched Loki today, right?
Yeah.
So what does Loki want?
Freedom. From the TVA. Duh. Am I wrong?
Ultimately,
But
what does he say
what did
wants?
he tell him was what
Oh,
he?
help conquering Earth.
Yeah,
Which
Thank
is
you. I like
Midgard.
how you walked me through it.
Midgard. Yeah,
Good job, Sean.
Thank you. Like a child spelling.
Yeah.
Spell it out.
Bullshit.
stretch your sounds.
I'm telling you, Amber, you've been gone a while. I've watched all the Marvel movies. I'm pretty much like 60% of where they are, maybe 65. Yeah,
Wow.
D plus. So yes, answer is help conquering Earth.
That's what I said.
These are way too easy. Okay, here we go. Amber, what had Loki been doing while secretly alive? Speaking with Thanos, gathering followers, recovering, or impersonating Odin?
Do we have any comments?
We don't.
We don't. We have a couple that said conquering Earth.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But on that one, yeah.
So yeah, the really funny part is, there's that play happening, and the Asgardians are watching this reenactment with what's that actor's name? Matt Damon, right? Oh, it was so funny. That was absolutely hilarious. And so that's when we find out that he's been impersonating Odin.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. Sam,
I like these questions.
what did Loki place in the eternal flame in order to invoke Ragnarok? Do you even want the choices, or do you just know?
Yeah, give me the choices.
Choices are the cosmic cube, the tuning fork, an infinity stone,
The Crown of Surtur.
the crown of Surtur. Yes.
I was like, I'm going to pronounce that wrong, but I
That's
knew
why I
it
let
was
you-
a
that's why I let
crown. I knew it was a crown.
Okay. So yeah. Boom. The crown of Surtur. Surtur. Yeah. And then last one. No, this is easy. Now that I realize that if you watch this today, then you got this one that's easy. Sean, you ready?
Sure. I didn't finish it though, so hopefully.
Okay. What were Loki's last words to Thanos?
I am your father. I don't know.
You will die. You will not win. You will never be a god. You will never defeat Thor.
Let's just wait to see what Danny has to say.
Danny,
you will
the
never-
answer's always B. No.
The answer's always whatever.
You will never
Danny
be God.
says.
You will never be
Yeah.
a god. Is that right?
Is that? Yeah,
Yep.
it
See?
is. Yep. No.
Oh.
What the heck did I do? Sorry.
Oh, I gotta go finish it. I
You'll
got about
never
15
be a
minutes left.
god.
Yes, you will never be a god. And then, yeah, oof. But yeah, those are the 7 questions. Little Loki trivia to celebrate Loki coming out today. Which brings
It's
us
so
to-
good. If you haven't watched, go
Yes,
watch.
please. Watch it and then think of some
Listen
questions.
to the Marvel Tribe.
Yes, we're going to talk about it a lot on Sunday night. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, Sean, so good to have you back. Amber, good to have you in. Sam, thank you so much. Tell us where we can find you, Sean.
Yeah, here, the Disney Insider, and then eventually back to the Disney Beat.
There you go. Amber, how about you?
You can find me at Amberton Cosplay on Facebook and Instagram.
Perfect. And Sam, where can't we find you?
OnlyFans.
No, no.
So far. Haven't made it there yet. Just kidding. I'm a teacher. I'm not doing that.
Is anyone else getting really weird Facebook ads for OnlyFans now?
No.
No.
It's just like it says like it's like a music sharing platform or something now.
No.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah.
That's just you. I don't know what you're searching.
I'm not searching anything.
You might need to put your phone in incognito mode. But no, I am all over the place. Samantha Mlodecki or Disology Podcast or all over the place here.
Perfect.
What about you, Sean?
Yeah, Sean.
You can find me on Facebook at Walt's Apartment, a Disney
Twitter.
podcast. We're just gonna on Twitter, a Walt's APT podcast. I need to really figure out Twitter. All I ever do is like Sean's posts and the Disney Insider's posts. I don't know how to work Twitter at all.
Retweet
But,
him. Retweet him.
Okay,
You'll do that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but
Someone
then,
asked to reach out to you, and I gave them the Waltz podcast Twitter handle, and they were
Yeah.
confused. So I go, it's his personal one. It's fine.
Yeah, so we're talking too. So
Good.
yeah, but waltsapt.com is our website. You can get all the shows on there. You can find us on all the different podcast platforms. We never ever do this, but if you really want to go onto Apple and give us a 5-star review, that'd be great. We'd really appreciate it. I always forget to ask about that. So if you want to go on there and give us a 5-star review, would so appreciate it. And that's about it. Great to have you all here, and it's great to great show again. And from all of us here at Walt's Apartment, I hope you enjoy the view. Good night.
Thanks, Sean.
Good
Good night.
night.